Yo, people, wagwan, wagwan, wagwan. Welcome back to the Yardlings podcast. This is your host, Kemar Sky. Yeah, consistency, me saying, people. As my prom, as a matter of fact, me even not promise, I promise myself consistency, cause I know I gave you guys a long break the last time. Um, so I had to do that reintroduction episode for those of you who tuned in from earlier when I started this year. Just a reminder to you guys what the podcast is about, and also, for anybody who is new, kind of give them a little like a synopsis of, a general idea of what the podcast is about, and, also kind of explained the reason for my absence. So yeah, that's essentially what the last episode was about, and before I get any further, I want to say thanks everybody who tuned in, everybody who liked, comment, share, everybody who tuned in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you're watching it on YouTube right now, or if you watched it on YouTube already, yo, thank you, appreciate you, and just stay tuned, cause I'm gonna keep it flowing, I'm gonna keep it going. Um, you know what really? Speaking of keeping things consistent, what really kind of you know really give me the drive, what gave me the drive to really say, yo, I have to get back to this and really do what what I always want to do, was I was on reels, the IG reels and thing, and how people do the little voiceover, the audio thing in the background, and there's always this, I think it's Denzel Washington in the background saying, yo, something about consistency and, like, dreaming and, like, putting in work essentially. And it's like one day I just came across that a couple different videos. 'Cause you go through reels, you just swipe up, and like a couple different times, probably one week, I keep running into that one, and I'm like, yo, we can't just have the passion and not put in the work. And I can't just put in the work one time and not be consistent. So that kind of, you know, dang it. Sorry, I was gonna try to play it right now, but I'm actually using my phone to record, because man, I really me need to get an upgraded camera and thing, but the phone have the 4K vision, So phone I work for right now, but I'm gonna try to find. Yo, hold on, let me try to find it right now. Pull up it on the. Maybe I can find it on the laptop. So let's see if this plays. Hoping I can hear it clearly. I'm gonna try you turn the microphone towards the speaker. Hold on. There we go. All right, pull up.
Without goals, are just dreams. Come on. And ultimately, they fuel disappointment. Exactly. On the road to achieving your dreams, you must apply discipline, but more importantly, consistency. Because without commitment, you'll never start. But without consistency, you'll never finish. Without goals, are just dreams. Come on. And ultimately, they fuel disappointment. Exactly. On the road to achieving your dreams, you must apply discipline, but more importantly, consistency. Because without commitment, you'll never start. But without consistency, you'll never finish. Without goals.
Yes, so that is what I saw. Like, I heard the audio a couple different times, and that one kind of spoke to me. Like, that one really pushed me to say, yo, you need to get back on to, you know, can't just keep having this passion for something and just keep having, like, saying, yo, I want to do this, I want to do that. I never start. So I had to commit to it. I had to make time for it. And yeah, so now I've completed one part, which was committing to it and starting it. And so it's just on me now to stay consistent to finish. And I mean, and I say finish, not literally, like I don't know if I'll ever stop. I just, you know, just to meet a goal, and then you never know what may come after this. So I talked about the reason why I was absent last time, which was, you know, my work life, the work life balance I had. It was crazy. I had no time for myself. I had no time to do anything but just pretty much sleep and go back to work. No, I'm able, thankfully, like situation kind of change. I have to make some changes in my life, and now, I can have some more time. I not even I gotta say free time, cause I gotta use the time I have right now for do things that I really want to do. That's what I was explaining in the last episode. So, um, play ball and them type thing. I actually have an exam coming up that I'm trying to study for right now. Um, I don't know. Maybe you can see my book in the background. I don't even know, but yeah. See it there? Yeah. So every day, actually, I've been slacking off this past week, but every day I try to put in, like, at least 2 hours and get some studying, get some practicing, cause it's like a 5.5 hour exam, and should have done it like right, like immediately after graduating. But it's like when you graduate, you just when you just can't wait for school done. When school done, you just not really want to do no studying or nothing else like that. I really that just happened to me. Like, me just didn't want to get out, cause I've been going feel like me I go school all my life. Not feel like I was going to school all my life. You start from as early as 3 years old in Jamaica, and I mean from 3 years old to, I mean, if you go like straight, so like, all right, so make we do the maths. Hold on. We didn't even get into what more and get into for this episode yet, but let's do the maths. You start school at 3, right? Well, I do some maths now, So from 3 years old, you're the basic school. Then you start Hear me, I jump the gun. Me, I mad somebody. So from 3 years old, you're the basic school till you're 6 years old. Yes, when you're 6, you start primary school. So that's 3 years, right? Primary school, you have grades 1 through grade 6. So that's 6 more years. So that's 9 years so far. High school, you have 5 years of high school. 5 and 6 sound like 11 years of school already. Then it's optional, but some people have the option of going to sixth form, which is an additional 2 years. So I was at 11, so that's 13 years in school. And then if you go straight into college, nowadays college programs or university programs are at least 4 years. So what was that? Uh, 13 plus 4, 17. I mean, and that's just, if you're just doing like a 4 year degrees. You have some people, if you're gonna be doctor or something, you probably add another 4 years to that. And so you end up, I go your life, I just school, like crazy. So that so all my life, me pretty much I got school till I just recently, like 3 years now, I graduate, cause when I end up migrate, me did start college already, so me take 1 year off. And when I start back college here, me spend 4.5 years. So pretty much, me spend like 5.5 years in a college. So all my life up until 3 years ago, I just school me know. And ironically, I mean even I got talk about school this episode. Me I talk about work, and after last episode, me can't think about nothing better for talk about than just the work, like working while you living here, cause I feel like some people have like a misconception, like a misunderstanding, like them them just a miss on all levels as to what it is, living here in America. Especially if you're coming from, like a place like Jamaica. I can't speak for Jamaica because that's where I come from. But I feel like most people still like all across the world. I feel like it's just a place of, a land of like, you know, milk and honey, like everything just sweet, just everything just easy, and it's just it's partly our fault. And by us, by us I mean people living here, especially in a new age now. You have IG and Facebook and all these things where you can use for just show like a highlight of just the nice kicks, like the nice watch, the nice little car, and brand new clothes. And like people see the highlight reel, people back home see the highlight, and everything just look nice. And it look like everything you know up and running, like them not see the struggle, them not see the hard work, them not see when you have to wake up early, and you go your bed late because of work. Them not see when you run from one job to the next. Them not see when you eat and in your car because you don't even have time for like stop and just have like a proper meal. Y'all a drive with all your knee a steering. It's crazy. I'm gonna talk from experience. And and I said it's ironic that I'm talking about like working, because when I was living in Jamaica, I never do no work. Never did I work. Like I said, it was just school for me. Like the most work I did was in during high school years, like the later part of high school. I think like 2 summers I worked at National Water Commission (NWC). I never really nothing crazy. I just like people come pay them water bill, or if they have inquiries on them on their bill, I can quickly look it up and tell them, say, yo, this is your current bill, like this is the past due amount, or this is the reason why them cut it off. Yeah, so I mostly, I never know no real crazy like hard work or nothing, in a AC all day. And when me not have nothing to do, me just a play pinball or solitaire. And yeah. So that was pretty much my work experience. That was literally my resume back home. It was just literally school, 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 and then them two like summers the home work. Cause I mean, other than that, I could really do nothing. Like, how me I go work and go school when I have to go school right through the day. And then again, it's like me a countryman. Me come from Westmoreland, and me feel like Kingston, in a Kingston, or maybe like Montego Bay. Like, you're more likely as a youth, as a younger youth, for like have one little hustle for go do. You know what I mean? But when you come from a country, like, unless you go in a bush, go like dig yam or something with some like old man, or sell little produce. I really know nothing else. So yeah, my time at Jamaica just cool. But I mean that changed quickly still, cause when we migrate, as me telling the guys before, I was an adult. So no handouts, no anything. And everybody who migrate know how the thing going on. Like you go come, you probably a stay with a family member. And if you're anything like me, you go want you have your own space, your own little place and things. So you have to get to work, man. Quick and fast. So as my land, I was fortunate enough. So when I came, like 2 weeks after, 2 weeks after, like literally 2 weeks after I got my social security card number, whatever, and I got my green card. So I was ready, up and running, and ready for work. So immediately, I got up on the job search, and fortunately for me, it never take too long for me find something. I got a job through like a temp agency, and I was working at a place where they make, even I call them name because I want a little crosses place. And Them just work people like slave, yeah, man. I tell you, like it was true, like a temp agency. The place make they manufacture like lawnmowers and tractors, them kind of equipment, them kind of things, and it was a crazy work schedule. I was going into work from I had to be there from like 7 o'clock, no later than 7:15, cause you have to punch in like finger like thumbprint thing. You put your finger upon it, them say, all right, come on, fingerprint, yeah, check in, log in, and if you clock in 7:16, them a ding you. You get a ding, and probably like no, you don't get too many chances. Maybe like 3 strikes and you're out. I always try to stay up on the good side, cause them the ramp for fire people. Like literally every week, like I think it was like on a Tuesday. Every week you have crazy number of people that do like not interview orientation. As it's not a place where them do like no interview or anything. You pretty much just sign up, you just show them so you can work and thing. Meaning what I mean you can work, meaning you have documents and thing for actually work. And then put you to work and some hard physical labor type of work. Remember me I said the manufacture things, so you have to lift, you have to you're there on your foot all day. You're there on your foot all day. And remember I said I went in from like 7:15. So from 7:15 to like 7 p.m., 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Actually, if I get out 7 p.m., that would be early. That's a good day when I get out 7 p.m. It's more like 8:39. So that's like 13, 14 hours of work there, yo. Crazy. And it's not paying no much money. Like, but, I mean, you do get overtime. But at the end of the day, yo, I don't know if it really worth it because you don't even have time to spend the money because you work it was Monday through Saturday. You can imagine that kind of schedule Monday through Saturday. I mean, me young still, fresh and young and now me get like old. I mean, I think me could have managed that right now because Jaja age have a way if you catch up on you, man. Tell you, when people used to talk about them them have giant pain and all kind of disappearing and that the pain used to think a joke thing, but I tell you thing serious. But yeah, man, like that was my first job. Um, Cause the thing, is like it wasn't a great job. It wasn't like yeah, this is the thing. You are not going to get the job you want, right? You have to just work with the one like you really need in the moment, right? Cause one person tell me, I think I'm a PE teacher back in at Manning's Omega High School, Manning School. Man say, yo, any job is a good job till you can find a next job. That was the advice. I'm gonna tell you that's solid, cause if I were to look at the job at the time and say, yo, like it hard and all this and all that, like probably like it wouldn't end up finding another job. Like it's not smart. This is my advice to you guys. It's not smart to leave a job without having another one lined up. I feel like that careless. Like do not do that. Like job might tough and hard and all this. Like I know how it go, but you have to make sure say you have something lined up before you step out from one. Like I either you have something lined up or you know so yo you save up a portion of money where can like can cover you for a certain period of time till the a next job we anticipate come on. But don't you ever leave a job and not have something like already prepared. That is careless. I tell you that straight. That careless. Any job is a job till you can find a better job. Cause as my dad say, people get it twisted, think it's all great. But a land of opportunity no mean land of milk and honey no mean everything easy. It just means that there's always a way to make something happen. Always, like legally, not for be no criminal, not for turn no criminal or nothing. You can make little hustles. You know, like plus we're very resourceful as yard people. We can we can do some things where some of them people here can do. Not even just yard people, like immigrants as a whole. Like we know if we go to work, man. We know if we make money, we know if we hustle, we know if we do what we have to do to make things happen. And you have to start from having a goal, cause if you don't have a goal if you don't have a sense of, if you don't have a sense of direction, like I feel like you gonna get frustrated easily. You gonna say, yo, them work you too hard, and like you go, you see me, like you need, like for me, for example, like even though this place that I work with like slave like robot, like I already told you the hours we were working crazy. That's like just inhumane, and we were working like that many hours. Every 2 hours you get like a 10-minute break, and then around like 11:30 you get like a 30-minute lunch. And remember, all day you're standing on your feet, and with that kind of schedule, like some days I don't even see what outside look like. Some days I don't see the sun, cause when the time kind of changed, like when it hit fall, like now it's September going towards October, like so the sun sets sooner and it rise later. So when I go in like 7 o'clock, sun no come up yet, sun no rise. And when me I leave 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, of course the sun already set, so it's night. So like me go in at night, I'm leave at night. It's almost like a damn night shift to me, cause I'm locked inside the building. When I get lunch, just go to the break room, cause I have to pack my lunch overnight. Can't really. When you get 30 minutes, you don't have time for drive going away. You don't have time. You have to just make sure you pack your liquor lunch. And yo, sometimes it's a big warehouse, like a big building, so for walk from where I was working at to the break room already I got take up 10 minutes. So you just get your lunch quickly, see if there's a microwave nearby, luckily, so I could like microwave my lunch there, and then probably take like 15 minutes to eat it. It's crazy. And I mean, even though I'm saying that to say, yo, even though that job wasn't like ideal, it wasn't like the best place to work at, I had a goal, like I was ready to go school. So I came here in like February, and I'd already had my stuff like ready and prepared, and a transcript like transferred and that stuff ready to start school in August. But I had to request for like a extension to request, like to enroll in January instead, the following January. And so the goal was to save up as much as I can, because I also wanted to get an apartment. It wasn't really just me. It was like me and my cousin and my pops. Like we gonna get like a 3-bedroom apartment and thing. And so cause everybody who come here, as I say, everybody who come here, you gotta stay with family, and you gotta definitely want space for yourself. So that was the main first like goal. Save up some money for school, and then of course get a place. And so with that in the back of my mind, even though the work hard and the conditions undesirable, I just go to work, and it I was able to get my little car for start off. I literally spent $800. It was like the person I was working with, him did a upgrade, and he had a little Honda card, and him say, yo, I sell it. I'm buy that for like $800, and that give me like 4 solid years. Yeah, 4 solid years. I have that car, and it was good to me. Was it 4? Nah, I'm pushing it. Think like maybe 2.5, 3 years. But it was good to me. It's like easy maintenance and thing on the card with the little leather interior and when I like it did beat up on the outside but inside it alright. I'm not lie, I'm not lie. Kinda miss the car there when we did end up like it did get radiator did I give me a problem and all kind of thing. But yeah, that was my first car. And that bring me to when I start college, I used to have to commute. And that bring me into my next job. Cause as I say, you have to have a goal. So when I started college, my next job was Walmart. So I started college January, and by March I think I got the Walmart job, and that was very convenient. And the reason it was very convenient is, as a full time student, and Walmart open 24 hours, and as a student, as a college student, every semester your schedule is gonna change. It's not going to be a constant like you go to school, like high school. You go to school like from like whatever time high schoolers go to school. It's not like a fixed thing. So every semester it changed, and the beauty of working at Walmart for me was every semester I could go to the manager and say, all right, this is my new schedule. Can I work these days or can I work these hours? And they were willing to work with me. So that was good. And honestly, Walmart kind of prepare me to be like a real, adult in the workforce. Because, like, after working there for a certain number of months, I start get little, like, insurance, like medical benefits, and, even like what you call a 401k. And 401k, for those who don't know, like that is like a retirement fund type of thing. So them already did, start me off for being responsible and so yeah, it kind of set me off to a good start. And yes, I did that all through my years of college. It paid my little bills, my car insurance and my rent. And yeah, my part of the rent. As I said, I was living with I had roommates essentially. So yeah, Walmart was it. So like me, I do like a Walmart commercial, like go work for Walmart, go. It was a talk about me and my work situation. But yeah, that was essentially that's pretty much my resume. Cause after that, then I graduate and jump into the civil industry. Get my first job was the one I told you guys that was pretty much taking up all my like crazy amount of my time. And don't like I'll never ever like talk bad about that job. Like it literally prepared me in the best way for being a civil engineer. Like being I mean the workload was crazy, but one good thing was I was able to learn so many different aspects of my industry, from talking to clients, like being like the project management to designing. And I mean it might fly over phone ahead, you might not understand what I mean, but yeah, it really prepared me a lot. And that was kind of the goal, start somewhere where I could like work intimately with like somebody more experienced, which at the time was my boss, my superior. He was like a very experienced engineer, and I was able to work closely with him because it's a small company. When you work at some big companies, you end up just doing like the company so big, like it's hard to be like get in touch with somebody at the top. It's hard to like I really understand like how a business operate. So it's like you really don't. It's not very. It's not very. I don't know how to say it. It's like you don't learn as much as you can in a big company as you would in like a smaller one. It's a more intimate like experience. Like you can easily go to like a very experienced like professional and say, hey, how do you do this? Like how did you know when you work at a large company, they probably, especially coming straight out of college and with no experience, they probably tell you, all right, for example, let's just keep it. Let's. I'm trying to find a way to explain it without getting too technical. Because if I get technical, then you guys won't understand unless you're engineers or civil engineers. But let's just say, yo, um, there's multiple parts to getting something done, like a project done, right? And in a large company, you'll just be able, they'll just sit you down and say, all right, you're only doing this part. So it's like if the task, if the whole thing, if the whole project involve A B C D, they'll say, all right, you'll just do A. And so for your whole career, you might sit down doing A, you might master A, you might be so damn good at A, but you'll never learn how to do B C D. Right, so that's kind of the disadvantage, and the person who only do the B task not gonna know what A task is. But in a smaller company now, you pretty much have to learn how to do a little bit of everything. So you learn how to do A, B, C, D, and before you know it, after a couple of years, you can run your own company. So as I said, goals. So even though for me that job was taking so much of my time, and the hours were crazy, and it wasn't like it wasn't like a best paying job. In the back of my mind, I know like, yo, I'm here to pretty much build my resume, like get some experience, get all the knowledge I can gain, and like know that, yo, I'm building a portfolio. So whenever I'm ready to move on, I'll have so much knowledge, so much experience that it would be like pretty much any job or any employer hire me pretty much is a win for them. So like that was the goal. And yeah, so I essentially had to sacrifice, some a whole lot of time, sacrifice some sleep, a little bit of my mental too. But I know I'm in a better place, and I'm here where I can deliver another episode of the Yardelings podcast to you guys who are tuning in from Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. And I can end up doing other things that I like, so yeah, that's my bit. That's essentially what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Again, thank you. I appreciate you. Just remember, hit like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. So yeah, the links is back again. And yeah, I appreciate everybody, and much love. Thanks. That is it, man.